Hey guys, Crew of Blindwave, I'm Eric.
I'm Shane.
I'm Aaron.
Guys, we are going to do the honest trailer for Attack of the Clones. Now, we already did the honest trailer for The Phantom Menace.
I wasn't there.
We had a lot to say. Yeah, you weren't there, were you?
No.
Okay, we did have a lot to say about it. So make sure you guys are checking that out. As you know, we're prequel fans.
We're Star Wars fans.
Well, we are Star Wars fans.
Yeah, there's no prequel. There's no original trilogy. There's Star Wars.
There's just Star Wars. And if you don't like the prequels, you've failed 50%.
Just like you're not Clone Wars fans or Rebels fans. You're Star Wars fans.
That's exactly right. All right, so let's go ahead and watch this honest trailer and see what we think.
Okay.
Shane?
From the man who created some of your fondest childhood memories, then took a huge dump on them, comes the prequel sequel that proved Phantom Menace wasn't an accident.
This isn't how it's supposed to be.
Star Wars, Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Once again, the Republic is in turmoil. Watch as the chin-stroking Jedi are pulled into a war between a completely disposable droid army and a completely disposable clone army. Seriously, there's no reason to get emotionally involved in any of this crap. Experience an awkward, forced love story as soulless as the computer it was made in. With so many visual effects, the filmmakers didn't have any time left over for things like realistic choreography, realistic dialogue,
I'm haunted by the kiss that you should never have given me.
or realistic Hayden Christensen acting.
That was a good part.
That moment right there is the
that was
best part.
That was a great part.
It's coarse,
This part, not so much.
Yeah.
rough, and
That's probably the dialogue more
A lot
than
of the
him.
Gets
love, I think,
everywhere.
writing was kind of...
Yeah.
Not like here.
Come on, JJ. There is no way you can do any worse than this.
It's true.
Natalie Portman and her space hair return as Senator Padme Amidala when two of the galaxy's best sharpshooting assassins try to kill her with a poisonous worm-pooping robot. Two Jedi warriors will come to her aid. Obi-Wan Kenobi, a man forced to act opposite lifeless CGI characters like Hayden Christensen, and Anakin Skywalker, a rat-tailed asshole who's been creepily stalking Padme for the last decade.
I've thought about her every day since we parted. I don't think she liked me watching her. I'd much rather think about Padme. You're exactly the way I remember you in my dreams.
Please don't look at me like that.
Why not?
I know.
It makes me feel
There's like there's no chemistry right there.
Sorry, lady.
This is music.
Ugh. Right along with these one-dimensional heroes in a movie so unevenly paced, you'll have to wait over an hour before you even meet the main villain. Instead, strap
that's
yourself
not-
in for even more of the stuff that made Phantom Menace so cold, lifeless, and boring. Like people sitting and talking, standing and talking, walking and talking. One person standing and talking while another is sitting and talking. People standing and talking, then taking a seat for more talking. And a whole bunch of wipes.
Yeah, there's a lot of wipes in things.
There's a lot of wipes and all of it.
Wasn't that George's thing with wipes?
Yeah, he's trying to go back to old Hollywood with wipes.
I never mind the wipes.
There's one in episode 3 that's like 6 boxes that always bother me.
6 boxes.
Yeah.
Starring Hey Don't Act Again, You in a Bad Movie, Yogurt, M. Bison, Natalie Portman, Lawrence Fishburne, definitely not the Emperor, Dickhead, Cthulhu, Darth Saruman, and Django Unbrained. Star Wars Episode 11, Attack of the Clones.
Episode 11.
So correct me if I'm wrong here, but the clones never actually attack anyone in this movie. So why the would you call this movie Attack of the Clones?
All right, they really went after Hayden Christensen in this one.
Yeah, they did.
Which, I mean, there's a lot in there that, yeah, you're right. But that Tuscan scene, no, he did amazing in that.
Yeah, I thought you did a great job, honestly. I read about this stuff a lot. I guess it's hard to make. I'm not saying it can't be done. A love story that tells also a complicated political story that's accessible to 7-year-olds.
Not necessarily. I think that you can do that. There's just a lot of moving parts in this movie, and some things they got right and some things they got wrong. I mean, you got to remember too, Attack of the Clones was the first movie ever shot completely on digital.
Yeah, I know that.
You know,
Forgot about
that never had happened before.
Yeah.
You know, and because of that, even though we're kind of going back into this retro, old effects style thing. If it wasn't for the prequel trilogies, we would never get stuff like Avatar.
No.
Yeah.
We would never get the amazing quality and cheaper effects of Game of Thrones. You know, because Lucas pushed these guys so hard, they had to make the technology
To make
to
it
pull
work.
it off.
Yeah.
You know, you don't just throw a bucket of green paint and the computers are going to do it all. That's insulting to the thousands of talented effects artists that work, 20 hours a day, sleeping under their desk trying to meet deadlines.
Yeah, it's the reason Life of Pi was successful.
Exactly, and that studio
Yeah.
got fucking axed. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Yeah, Life of Pi, wasn't that the movie that
It
basically...
was all on a boat, but like nothing else was real. But
I saw the movie in
A guy in a
theaters,
boat.
but like I'm talking about
and
when it
maybe
came...
part a tiger every once in a while, maybe or something.
Like when the award season came around, like they weren't acknowledged. Is that...
They weren't even thanked by the director who got Best Director.
Yeah,
And didn't it win Best Picture or something?
Yeah, it got all these
it
awards.
won a lot of awards, but
and
nothing for the special effects, and no one was mentioned
the,
for special
the
effects.
the visual effects house that did it, that made that movie what it is, went bankrupt that year.
It's godlessness.
Right
It's insane. Anyway,
now, as far as episode 2, like
Yeah.
I love Star Wars in general. As far as like if you want to cut down to episodes, 2 is like always one of my least favorite.
yeah,
I think just it was
Yeah, I
always.
thought 2 was the one you liked a lot, wasn't it?
I like 2 because I think it's very watchable in terms of like if you're going around, you see it on Spike and say, "Oh, episode 2," you can kind of pick it up from anywhere. I really enjoyed Obi-Wan's detective
Yeah,
storyline. I always really liked that.
Yeah, I like the Jango Fett stuff.
I love the Jango
yeah.
Fett
There's
stuff.
parts of stuff that I like a lot.
I
But I
like-
always liked. I mean, like episode 1, episode 3, I liked more than 2.
Yeah.
Of course, at the same time, I liked episode 4 and 6 more than I did 5.
Really?
Which a lot of people are like, "Well, you're crazy."
Yeah.
It's like me saying in Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom was my least favorite of the
Mhm.
3.
That was
Well,
kinda crazy.
4 now, but
But I mean, I love Christopher Lee as Count Dooku. I mean,
Yeah.
that is, I've said this before, but one of my top 5 moments of being in a theater is when Yoda showed up
Yeah.
and pulled out a saber and started fighting a 6'4" Christopher Lee.
yeah.
That's the only Christopher Lee I know.
Yeah,
6'4" one.
Well, I'm sure there's more, but Sir Christopher Lee
Yeah.
Yeah,
fighting Sir Yoda,
Yeah.
Sir Yoda.
Jedi Battle Master Yoda, whatever he's
I
called.
was
I
like,
don't know.
I mean, as as choreographers, it was kind of hard to pick up stuff.
Well, it was
But I
because
liked the fight.
essentially
I didn't think it was badly done. Like,
I do feel like episode 2 suffered from the worst fight choreography. I felt like the actual fighting, it had to have been rushed or something because a lot of the moves were very mirror move, like
Yeah.
up, down,
you
left,
talk
right.
about like him and Anakin.
Yeah, they were
Yeah,
This
very...
is the
fight was-
Anakin and Dooku
And
thing.
Obi-Wan
that was-
fighting Dooku too, I felt were like that.
Yeah, that wasn't. Yeah, that fight wasn't
Yeah.
that good.
No,
But it was a lot better in 3 in the very beginning when they fought him.
it was.
I enjoyed that.
Well,
Three-
there-
all three's fights were great.
There was moments in 3's fighting that, especially their 2-on-1, that there's like a couple parts where I'm like, that's not good. Right there.
Oh, a couple.
But,
maybe.
Like
some
that
other stuff.
part, not like as a whole, but like that individual.
Like,
I know you
like Obi-Wan, hitting over here, turning, and then he's waiting for Dooku and Anakin to spin around here before he goes, and then blocks a strike,
I know what you're talking
It
about.
takes like 2.5 seconds for him to wait to block a strike from Dooku that has not happened yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And those are just like minor, things that me as a fight choreographer and director, we have to fix this right now,
Yeah.
Them, it's like, well, are the lights right? Can we see the space right? There's
Yeah.
a lot of stuff.
Of course.
A lot of moving parts. But I do understand Star Wars Attack of the Clones gets a lot of heat, but we have to remember all the things it did to push the industry forward, to push the story forward. The idea of the Emperor, of Palpatine, controlling both sides of the Clone Wars is something we never knew about.
Yeah.
Dooku being the Sith apprentice, Sidious being the master, and them both controlling this war is the perfect plan for what they ultimately were going to do in Episode 3, and that's destroy the Jedi and take everything ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love those aspects, but
Of course.
they're aspects that you have to not be 7 years old.
The ending I loved
Notice.
too. It was so like the perimeter and everything that they
Yeah.
set, and the whole like them fighting the animals, the Nexu and the
Yeah, the
Acklay
Genesis
and stuff, like-
battle.
Oh, that
arena.
was.
Yeah.
Remember
Like,
when
that stuff
Padme
was all
gets
really
scratched and
Yep.
New Gun Racer's laughing?
Yeah. He's not laughing. He's going like remember kind of back and going like.
I thought there's one part where he goes. Like I thought there's one part where he
But
laughs.
all the ending stuff.
Shoot her or something.
I do
Yeah.
feel like it's a little slow build up to that though, but
It
I
is.
love.
I love the part
All that.
when Anakin is on the assembly line
Yeah.
fighting all the droids. I thought that was fucking sweet.
There was a lot going on.
When did
Yeah.
you
I mean, the only thing that I'll say that
Yeah,
I
he's
don't,
in Geonosis.
Yeah,
the only thing I don't like about that part is it felt a little bit too much like, just swing around, do some shit, and what does that all in? And he's like, all right, and he's doing everything perfect,
Yeah.
There was no sense of like, how Jackie Chan does that. Oh shit, I almost got killed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think you have to have a little bit of that versus like even Padme's fucking doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I
Like,
hate
she
when
runs and
Padme
backs
was stuck.
up
I
and
hated when
jumps
Padme
through.
was stuck in that bowl when it was zoomed in. It was kind of cheesy. I thought. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would say definitely the romantic dialogue between Padme and Anakin didn't work very well. I won't attack Hayden Christensen's acting because I've seen him in like Life as a House and Shattered Glass, where he's won acting awards. I think he's done a good job. But
Yeah, George Lucas, admittedly, is just not a very good actor's director.
yeah,
And they did not have a lot of chemistry between the two.
yeah.
You know, some pairings just pop on screen. You know, that one line where he's like, well, why not? You know, like
Yeah.
that part, like, if you gave that to, like, Chris Hemsworth and Natalie Portman, it would probably play a lot better. You know, it's like, don't look at me like that. And he's like, why not? You know? And she's like, you know?
Yeah.
But with Hayden, it's like, this is the future Darth Vader. It's hard to see him that way.
Yeah. Of course.
And it does come off a little bit creepy.
Yeah.
Especially if you put that music in the background.
Well, their music, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's everything for the honest trailer of Attack of the Clones. If you enjoyed this reaction, put that down in the comments below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you see everything coming out of Blind Wave. And make sure you guys come back for the next reaction. I'm Eric.
I'm Shane.
I'm Aaron.
We'll see you later, Shane.